All right.
Right.
Alex, do you want to say the thing?
God dang it. Hello.
No, it's
You're so
damn it.
close.
The show's called God Damn It. Hello.
Oh, man. So close.
Ah.
God damn it. Hello.
Ooh. God damn it.
Yeah, that'll do.
Hello.
God damn it. Hello.
Welcome to the 100th episode.
Yep. The 100th.
Close.
Yep.
I'm
Actually,
happy.
this can't be the 100th episode because Jeremy promised on the 100th episode he'd give me a little kiss.
I've never said
Jeremy, that's so nice of
He
you.
did. Go listen to the one where we get married. He says, on the 100th one, I, Jeremy Matthew Kessler,
that. Never.
will give Oliver M. Ricketts a little kiss.
I will never kiss Oliver in my life. I promise.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
You can't now because of quarantine. So
Yeah. I
Sorry,
did this.
Jer.
I did this because I knew the 100th episode was coming
this
up.
pandemic has taken so much from America in a real big way. Speaking of taking a lot from America, before we jump into the show, I do want to give a quick announcement that my brother's G-Force party will be continuing to take place on June something or rather. And he'll be coming on this show before and after to talk about what it's like to prepare and host a G-Force watching party.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, man.
Have you ever seen G-Force, Alex?
It's like an ancient memory for me. I know there's like a bunch of hamsters that like live with this scientist.
No, they're gerbils for G.
I feel like
Sorry.
every time this comes up, somebody says hamsters and immediately gets corrected.
Oh my God. Sorry, I don't remember which rodent they are.
This is one of the only recurring threads from this show is that the G-Force are gerbils voiced by Tracy Morgan. And my brother
one of
really
them are.
wants
Only
to.
probably
Nope.
only one of them.
I'm really
Really?
hoping that all of them.
What are you hoping? The movie's out. It's been out for years.
I've
can
never
check.
seen it. I'm waiting for the G-Force party.
I've never
You've
seen
never
it either.
seen it?
I
No.
used to go to Target and play, you know how they have the video game section, you can play demos of games? They had a G-Force demo, and that's about my knowledge of G-Force.
Was Tracy the voice of the game gerbil too?
You think I remember anything?
More than one. They're not all Tracy
Everyone.
Morgan.
No,
I would
they're all-
hate that if it was all just like, "Hey, you got this door open?" Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
do
where's
impressions.
Liz Lemon? Where's Liz Lemon? Hi, Alex.
Hi.
As you can see, Brittany is not here, but
I know, I'm very
filling.
upset about this.
Yes, I'm very upset too. But it's okay. She'll be here for the next one. And in the meantime,
And Alex won't. We didn't really introduce ourselves yet. We usually do that immediately after we yell, "God damn it."
yeah, but I'm trying to mix it up for you a little bit because I know you want a cold open. Did I do it right this time, Jeremy?
I don't know.
And live from New York.
It's
God
God
damn it.
damn it, hello.
Hello.
I'm Oliver the Ricketts.
I'm Jeremy Kessler.
And I'm Alex Rabinowitz.
And usually my girlfriend Brittany Spears here as well, but filling in for her this week is one of our oldest friends, Alex Rabinowitz, who I'm very excited to have on the show. He loves America and what else? What else does he love?
No,
He loves
I don't.
to come into my room in the middle of the night and give me a little kiss on the head, but not like how Jeremy kisses me, which is in a romantic fashion.
I've never kissed Oliver in my life, and I never will kiss Oliver.
I am
My
not
life.
a patriot.
You
Hey.
cop to the second one.
I what?
You agree with the second one though. You would love to come into my room in the middle of the night.
No comment. I don't recall. I plead the
Okay.
fifth.
That's
Perfect.
suspicious.
I just don't want to comment on that.
I'm really, really excited to have Alex on the show to talk about a certain topic that we've actually covered with Alex before.
Please.
But we'll get into that probably around the 30-minute mark after being sidetracked a lot.
Nobody talks to me about the plans for the episodes.
You know what's funny? I
No, I
texted
gotta throw
Oliver
you
this
through a loop.
morning. I texted you
Yep.
this morning, like, should I expect to talk about anything? Is there anything I should brush up on? You were like, nope, you're good.
I mean, to be fair, I had just woken up and I like rolled over and looked at my phone and remembered, oh yeah, podcast. And then I remembered who I was and where I was.
Mm.
I
That
forget
makes-
every morning.
As your partner in this endeavor of podcasts, it makes me happy that that you remember podcasting before you remember yourself in the morning.
I lost myself a long time ago. This is still a new thing.
The microphone is all that matters these days.
Correct. Especially in this period of quarantine where I do literally nothing but work from home and record this podcast. This is all important.
You know, I'm very impressed by your mic stands.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You were here when we bought them.
No,
I was there.
you weren't here when I bought this one, but you were there.
Okay.
I bought this in like, I don't remember buying it. I think I bought it. If you remember when I was trying to make a YouTube channel, I think I bought it then and never used it because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work.
And then you jumped on my coattails.
You're just trying to. You plugged in a microphone. You're like, man, this is hard. Fuck YouTube. Fuck all this internet shit.
1 sec. Where's my beer? Here it is. So I want to give a quick update to anybody who was listening in the last couple weeks. Last week, I tried to invent a new drink, but wound up making a beer mosa.
I saw that.
Which is orange juice and beer. This week, I've tried pineapple juice and beer, and I finished it before we started the show. But rest assured,
must be a good review then. You couldn't even wait.
It was delicious. It was really, honestly, all you could taste was the pineapple and like a couple bubbles.
You know, I've never heard of anyone mixing anything with beer.
I hadn't either, but on New Year's Day, I went out to lunch with a couple of my buds, and we ordered a couple of mimosas, not knowing what that was. We just thought it sounded funny, and it was beer and orange juice.
I feel like you got
I feel like we got swindled a little bit. That's probably not a real item on their menu. But now I drink them. I drink them all the time because I don't like feeling. I don't like feeling like I'm an alcoholic when I have a beer in the morning.
Okay.
So it helps to have a fruity juice with the beer.
I guess that makes sense.
I guess.
You could try not being an alcoholic, though.
Damn.
Wow.
I think that would work better than masking it with orange juice.
Have you guys seen that shitty Ben Affleck movie, The Way Back, where he coaches the basketball team that came out right before coronavirus?
I saw the trailers for it,
and
it looked so uninteresting that I forgot about it until you mentioned it just now.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the theater, but it was one of the first movies they put out going to digital, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. This was just in the movie theater. Let me buy this. So I did.
I think that whole concept of what Corona has done to the movie industry is very interesting. And also, I feel like not much has happened because only select movies have been like, yeah, we'll digitally release it.
The main thing about that is, all the studios definitely want to digitally release because you don't drop money on a movie and then say, yep, it's not coming out.
Right.
Sure.
But then the other thing is it's going to come down to when are the theaters going to reopen, because theaters are a key part in studios releasing their movies.
Right.
And it became the tearing point when who's Trolls and Jurassic Park? Who does that? That's Paramount?
Trolls is DreamWorks, I think.
Yeah, but a parent company owns them.
Oh, and then I have
Is
no
it Universal?
It's either Universal or Paramount, whichever one.
Okay.
They went ahead and said, like, right at the beginning of the pandemic, Trolls 2 skipping theaters. And then I know.
I was going to see that movie. We were going to do a review of it. It was going to be great.
Oh.
That's such a shock to me, but we'll get into that in a minute. The president of the North American Theater Organization caught wind of that one and came out and just straight up at a press conference went, we're never going to forget about this. And
Yeah, I heard about that. That like Trolls 2 was like the line in the sand for like some historical movie industry movement.
It's going to
It's
be
like
a very
Trolls 2.
yeah, Trolls 2 specifically. A lot of people are speculating that Paramount's going to have a lot of trouble trying to get a movie back into theaters after that one.
That's crazy.
I know.
Damn.
Well, because think about Mission Impossible. No thanks.
The drama. I can't believe the drama.
Yeah, I mean, well, because you got to think these are two businesses that benefit completely off of having each other operating at full capacity.
Right.
So when one of them tears down, the other one has to figure out a new business plan that doesn't totally screw the one that shut down,
Damn.
Yeah. I don't
Which
know
is why AMC might go bankrupt at the moment. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, no, they're probably not going to reopen. Unless all of the studios collectively decide to bail them out, which I feel like would be the strangest buyout in the history of buyouts if Disney and Blumhouse decided, you know what, AMC, we're buying that shit.
like when enemies have in superhero stuff have a common goal.
Yeah. You gotta keep the movie theater open, Superman.
He's out in
You're right, Bizarro.
I was going to say Superman teams up with Lex Luthor, but that just seems pointless. Lex Luthor could do it by
Could just
himself.
buy the movie
he's got
theater.
tons of money.
Yeah, but he can't man it.
That's
Bizarro
true.
and Superman, they could probably between the two of them run a small theater. Just them.
They
One on
probably balance
tickets,
each
one on
other out
concession.
very well.
Well, they
That's
are
what I look
complete
for.
opposites. So whoever's dropping the ball, the other one would pick it right up. But anyway, the Ben Affleck movie.
It's a Ben Affleck movie.
I bought it, and it is
I thought you meant
so
the rights.
yeah, it's mine now. No, it is so dark for what it is, in the most perplexing way. Because Ben Affleck, it is one of those movies where it's these kids are troubled, but so is their teacher, and together he can lift them up. But also Ben Affleck is a raging alcoholic whose life is literally falling apart.
Is Ben Affleck acting in this movie?
He's playing himself.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the.
So in
Gotcha.
the very first shot of the movie, Ben Affleck is in the shower, and you see him pull back the curtain like a cartoon character, and he's got a PBR in his hand in the shower, and he's drinking it. That was the only reason that I bought that movie up. But
I don't drink, but any beverage you have in the shower that's not water seems counterproductive to the beverage. Even water, I wouldn't.
Me too. I don't
Well, you
fuck
ever
with
see,
bringing a drink or anything you consume into the shower.
But I feel like on Instagram I see people taking baths with a little snack on the side, and even that I'm not a big fan of.
But it's different. If I'm taking a bath, I just have to not dunk my thing into the bath. I'm
Yeah.
not playing Oreos. It's not a
Wait,
replacement for milk.
Oreos?
I was trying to say it in a weird way, but you dunk Oreos in milk. Do you like my
not
hands?
in bath water.
Not in bath
Yeah,
water.
you're also relaxing in a bathtub.
You can't
You're
help.
you're lounging around. You're
But
not
conceptually,
You're eating. First of all, you're eating standing up in the shower. Not great. And second, you're gonna get your drink wet or your food wet. Hi, Alex.
I was helping.
It's true. That helped me count. Yeah, but when you're taking a bath, though, I feel like it's still inappropriate to have a snack in there because all of the dirt that's coated your body for the entire day is coming off, and I feel like there's a lot of dirt residue in the air that now you're consuming.
Hopefully, it's in the water, not in the
I feel
air.
like this is a hard sell, Alice.
No, if you're
This is a hard sell.
If you're cleaning yourself, I feel like the right thing to do is not also be eating fruit.
I don't know. I was on your side when you said it was weird, but the more you try to sell it, the more I feel like eating in the bath isn't that bad. I don't take baths, though.
Would
so.
you ever
take
attempt
baths.
it, though?
No, because
Taking a bath or eating while in the bath?
Well, both, but
I've been in the mood for a bath recently.
me too, but I don't have any good snacks.
My
feel like-
bathtub doesn't work good for good baths. So,
Yeah, my
It's a
bathtub
bad
isn't like a it's not like a luxurious place.
yeah.
It's
That's
also
true.
one of the few bathrooms in my house.
Also, if I tried to take a long, relaxing bath,
Half of
somebody
them.
else in the house would definitely be like, "Please, I have to pee.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurry up."
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough life.
That's right. It's rough out here for bathers.
It is a rough life out here living with my parents. Can't take baths.
Well, and I like how we all fall silent there because that's a universal truth. Before we jump any further, I do want to cover a couple of quick business items. Last week we had a guest on the podcast, Colin for Torch. He did a really great interview with us. It will be up for about a week by the time that this one goes up. So definitely go listen to it. It was real good. Just something interesting. He's trying to become the Human Torch. And 2, the people at AN Productions, which is somebody that I know, are having an online film festival on their Facebook page, and 3 Oliver the Ricketts sketches will be in it. And they will be remastered. The sketches are top 5 numbers that are not the number 5, JJ's Picture Palooza, and Today's Theme is Horses.
Oh, today's seems
I
like
was-
horses. Alex and
Can
I
I-
were
can I-
watching some of the old stuff the other day, weren't we?
Nice.
I definitely was. So our friend Andrew was like creating some kind of project where he asked like, "Oh, what's your favorite thing that we've ever filmed?" And like off the top of my head, I wanted to say Today's Theme is Horses, even though neither of us were in it. I just really enjoy that video that much.
I'm so
Big fan
glad.
of that one.
I'm
But
glad you
yeah,
like it.
it is that one. I tried picking the 3 most obscure concepts that I could think of that I could realistically have played on somebody else's page. And I landed on those 3. So in that, by the time this comes out, it'll be in another week.
I
It'll
can't
be
believe
streaming live on the AMP Facebook page or Adam Noyce Productions. And you can go watch it. So definitely go do that. I'll probably drop in some kind of commentary on them as well.
I can't believe you would pick top 5 numbers that aren't 5. So, our most controversial sketch that we've ever made.
I really want to split the stream down the middle. The thing
Who
about
doesn't
top
love that?
5,
A lot
plenty
of
of people
a lot of
hate it.
people hate it. There isn't a lot of in between. People either really hate it and think it's the dumbest video, or they love it.
well, because I've had people tell me like that is a literal stroke of genius. And then I've had people go, yeah, well, I got the joke after the first number wasn't 5. Or was
So for
5.
it was 5.
Damn it,
Maybe I
Oliver.
don't get the joke. But yeah.
Yeah.
So those will all play. I'll leave the link and the actual date that's going to happen because I'm really bad at plugging shit on this podcast, I guess. But I'll put that stuff in the description.
Sure.
I really should have all the details before. Also, I should plug another thank you to Swapnil on Instagram. I'll just keep doing that for the next couple of weeks. He created our artwork on the podcast. Looks awesome. Go give him a follow. And go to pointseastsurf.com. Check out a friend of mine who created our company logo, which is down there in the corner. That was all I had.
There's a lot of plugs.
Important stuff.
Yeah. Got to pay our dues before we can keep talking about movies, I guess.
Before we could keep talking about what snack you should have in your bathtub. I'm sure all of these people really want their brand associated with this podcast specifically.
Is it just me, or is this whole Corona thing kind of cringe?
Kind of bad.
Pretty cringe.
Pretty cringe.
All right, anyway,
Like,
Venom.
stop.
These Gen Zers and their viruses, I'm glad we didn't have anything like that when I was a kid. Very cringe.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the swine flu, but like it just wasn't, I don't know.
It wasn't cringe like this.
I
Like,
know.
you could still, like, go outside. Having to social distance? kind of cringe. I don't know.
This is
I
going to
don't
be
know.
the best
Everybody
podcast we've
jumping
ever
on
done.
the social distance
This is
trend. I
it.
mean, like, I've been locked up in my house pretty much my whole life, and now everyone's trying to pretend it's the hot new thing.
Posers, every single
Yeah.
one.
All right, so Venom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were about to talk about Venom,
So,
and then we
which
had
is the only topic that I have prepared for today.
some technical difficulties.
Yep, we're in a different order now because we got kicked out of Zoom, which sucks. But anyway, Venom. I'd say it's safe to say that everybody here pretty much hates that movie, but I can't speak for Alex.
No, I don't hate Venom. I have no hate for Venom.
Why?
I enjoyed myself watching that movie.
But you don't think it's a good movie.
No,
I know that
I don't think it's a good movie.
I know they mean
You
different
got me
things,
there.
and I'm not trying
Now-
to catch you on this.
No, but you're right. I don't think it's a good movie.
Now, see, I could blindly enjoy Venom if it didn't have implications for Spider-Man, and that we literally will never get. It is now impossible to get one of the most famous Spider-Man stories done correctly at the movies because this shit show movie exists. And what makes me even angrier about Venom is that so many people absolutely refuse to see the shitty qualities in the movie. Because there's like so many people that's like, yep, Venom, just goddamn good filmmaking. What a good movie.
Really?
Not true.
Not true
I feel
that
like
people
it's-
say that?
No,
or
not
that-
true. That as in like, it's not good.
Well, that's actually specifically a comment I heard the weekend the movie came out. I also have a friend who I'll put on blast, Dave, who told me, I don't know if we can be friends if you didn't like Venom.
No, that's the worst thing that I wanted.
Yeah,
I wanted to clean up my bed, and it accidentally showed that cringy pic from like when I was 15.
Oh, no.
I'd rather you just see me clean the bed.
Oh, no.
Why do you have such an old pic of you on Zoom? Have you been using Zoom that long?
No, I signed in with Google, and I've been using that email as my spam account for that long.
Oh.
Well, anyhow.
Anyway, Venom.
Venom. God.
The only
You know,
thing
and
I can
then-
remember.
Oh, no, go ahead, Alex.
The only thing I can remember about Venom, other than the scene. All right, fuck that. The only thing I can really remember about Venom specifically, other than the payments due Chen scene, is like that the pacing is just whack. Like,
Oh, it's wild. And like the thing about it that's so strange is that everybody in the movie is acting like it's this big serious thing, except for Tom Hardy, who is doing a literal Jim Carrey impression, especially the scene where he gets in the fish tank with the lobsters.
Tom Hardy is not in the same movie as everybody else.
oh yeah, I forgot about that scene.
Didn't I'm not gonna. I feel like I read somewhere that was improvised to some extent. I don't know.
I
if
don't
that's
know how
true.
you let an actor improvise. Yep, and now I get in the fish tank.
I don't know if that's true. So don't. Let's pretend I didn't say that.
But probably the worst scene in Venom is the post-credit scene where Venom goes to see Woody Harrelson in jail, and Woody Harrelson is wearing a Wendy's wig.
I was gonna say Carrot Top drag, but
Yep.
yeah, that.
He looks directly into the camera and goes, "There's gonna be carnage," which is the exact like that's if you had Spider-Man show up and go, "Yep, next time there's gonna be Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Next time there's going to be X-Men, you know. And I've made fun of it ever since it came out. There's multiple videos of me actually making fun of that scene. So I feel like the new Venom title for
I
Venom
was about
2
to ask.
is directly targeting me. Do you know what the title is, Alex?
Yeah, it's Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Venom
Yeah.
2, Let There Be Carnage. Because there's gonna be carnage. So let there be carnage.
Listen, I'm not outraged, but I just don't understand why.
Well, see,
They
that's
did that.
exactly it. I'm not outraged. In fact, this probably makes me more excited for the movie than anything else, in that it's pretty much a guarantee that this is going to be such a shit show. And I can't wait. I just hope they let him wear the wig.
I don't hate the title. I'll be honest. It's not. It doesn't mean anything to me other than things I already knew. I don't understand. Some people are like loving it, and some people fucking hate it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just.
Well, I hate it. Like if I were seriously anticipating this movie and like held Venom 1 in any high regard, I would hate to hear this news. I also don't like that it's a direct reference to the absolute worst line from the first movie. But as someone who doesn't give a fuck about the Venom movie, I love it. I think it's awful, and I really like all of the fans who have been reading Carnage comics for so long, because Carnage has a long history of dumbass names in comics. But I was just on a thread where I saw somebody go, yo, Let There Be Carnage? What about like Maximum Carnage or Carnage Overdrive? I'm like, those sound just as dumb.
Venom 2. Venom 2. Venom 2. That worked fine.
Venom 2, Carnage Overdrive. Insane
to me,
carnage.
So to me, as someone who only like got into superheroes through like movies, which I know is kind of like a poser, but anyway, yeah, kind of cringe. That's the third cringe of the anyway. It's just like you get to the end of Venom 2, and then like there's just Woody Harrelson, and
you mean Venom 1?
Yeah, you get the end of Venom 1, and then there's just Woody Harrelson, and you don't, like, instantly recognize who he's supposed to be. And then he's just like, yeah, there's gonna be carnage, and you're like, what the fuck? And then and then they release the title for the second one, and they're like, yeah, let there be carnage. And you're like, okay, yeah, I guess carnage is here. Whoever the fuck that is.
Well, like, it just
why am I supposed to care?
Well, it goes further to like prove my point of like, if Spider-Man was in this universe, it would be the worst thing ever. With the Spider-Man that they have right now, and that goes beyond like Sony not knowing how to handle what Spider-Man is. But the total shift between like Spider-Man Far From Home and anything in these movies is like would be fucking atrocious, and I don't know why there's so many people rooting for that, even outside of like that's not how Venom and Spider-Man are supposed to interact.
I think the Tom Hardy Venom could work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he is so goofy. However, I think Spider-Man in this Venom universe would be weird because Spider-Man and Venom are goofy, but like you were saying, everyone else treats it like seriously.
Right, and if I had
that's
to,
why
like,
the movie doesn't work as a whole.
Right.
Yeah.
If I had to pick the lesser of two evils, I'd say just throw Bro Venom in MCU and call it a day. But A, that's not going to happen, and B, I'd really like neither of them to happen, and we just do Venom the right way in Spider-Man. But also realistically, that won't happen. But the reason I bring it up,
so let there be carnage.
Let there be carnage.
Let there be carnage then.
Did you see the Morbius trailer, Alex?
Oh, we can't talk about Morbius.
Oh, we can't actually talk about Morbius on this show. We can't talk about it.
Several times we've brought up talking about Morbius and then got very sidetracked and never talked about it.
So it's a running thing that we never talk about.
Is that the
Morbius.
vampire guy? I'm thinking of Morpheus.
Yeah. Well, and that's like
Brittany said the same thing.
But I'm so concerned about the Morbius movie because it's directly tied to Venom, and that's confirmed. But now they've also like done some things to tie it to Spider-Man, where there's a Spider-Man mural in the background that says murderer, which is a reference to Far From Home. And then at the end, Michael Keaton shows up as the Vulture.
Is it confirmed that he's supposed to be the Vulture?
I don't know why else he would be in the movie.
If he's not, you watch the trailer, it's framed like he's supposed to be. Even if it ends up not being that, it'd be such a weird fucking thing to do.
Which, if they go ahead and do Sinister Six without Spider-Man and use Spider-Man characters,
it's like
what the fuck are you doing?
It's
the
like
evil Avengers, but there's no good guy.
It's like the problem. This is gonna sound weird, but this is like the problem that a lot of Sonic games have, where you're like, yeah, I wanna come hang out with Sonic, Chili Dog, Speed, and then you get sidetracked with all his fucking roommates. Like, who the fuck is this bat? I don't care about them. I want Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic has roommates?
No, but like he has a bunch of friends that
There
are
is a
also
cast of
animals.
characters
that
you
pay rent
also
in his house.
there's a cast of characters that you also in some of the games can play as. And as a Sonic fan, I appreciate sometimes having differing gameplay in my games. But Alex hates it.
As an aside,
This is
I'm
something we've talked about
currently-
before, I think.
Is it?
I feel like it's come up before.
As an aside, I'm
Wow.
currently playing the Spider-Man video game and recording it. And I was real upset because the first time I got to make a video about it, I had to play as Mary Jane, and it took me fucking forever.
You like that shit, Jeremy? You like that varied gameplay?
I've never played the game, so I can't say anything.
Well, you don't. Let me tell you.
I'm in the middle of being Spider-Man and swinging, and then suddenly it's like, "You're Mary Jane. Take pictures of this stuff."
Someday,
Yeah,
I
you
will
go from
either...
having all the power to having no power.
Yeah, you're just...
That is the concept of some video games that are very good.
That is true.
They start you off with every single power in the game, and then they strip it from you.
But I would argue that the point of Spider-Man PS4 is to be Spider-Man, not Mary Jane.
Their logic is that like, oh, this breaks up the like high action gameplay, even though no, it doesn't. The swinging does that.
Right.
I can just swing around the city for a bit, and that will break up the gameplay. Wait, can I also tie this to Morbius?
Yes,
Sure.
tie this back to Morbius because I have more Morbius and Venom thoughts.
Okay, so in the Morbius trailer, that Spider-Man murder mural.
Is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
Not only is it okay, so it is a screenshot taken from the loading screen of Spider-Man PS4 of the Sam Raimi skin.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know, man. They've been like fucking around
Yes.
with like trying to do a multiverse for the longest time so they can be like, yeah, we're kind of connected to Marvel. And
Yeah, I know. I kind of hate it.
I really feel like that's going to be the approach they take here is like, yep, all this stuff, it's just separate universes that are connected. And if it comes down to taking screenshots from the video game and making them part of the movie, I'm very much against that.
That is a dumb way to do it.
But the reason that I bring up any of that in the first place is that now Spider-Man and Venom 2 are going to be coming out in the same week with the delay. Not the same week, 2 weeks away from each other.
Really?
Awkward.
A is effectively Sony competing against itself because it owns both properties. And they are going to draw the audience away from each other.
They should just hype up. They should release one, then release the other, so people are hyped up about Spider-Man stuff.
Right. Well, I don't even mind them being close. You could do them a month apart, but within 2 weeks,
Agreed.
that's still prime money for one of those movies.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, but I hope that that's what Tom Hardy was talking about because he posted this picture. Did you get it on Facebook, Jeremy?
I did get it. I don't know what you want me to do with it.
Just share your screen.
Just share my
Share it
screen.
with the world.
Not, I don't know about that.
Why? What's up with this picture?
Not the picture about sharing my screen.
Okay.
I'm just last time I shared my screen with you when we were on Zoom, it didn't go very well.
Well, Jeremy, I'm not going to commandeer your computer on the podcast. Just
I
share
love
your
trying to
screen
do that.
so we can see the fucking Spider-Man picture.
Let me talk about it and I'll get it ready.
All right, cut that part out. Do it or leave it in.
I will
Take it
decide
back
what to
out.
do with it.
You know what? Take it out and put it upside down.
Okay, I thought you
That's
were
what
gonna
we want.
talk about it and like
All right.
prime the image more, but here you
So
go.
Tom Hardy posted this picture on Instagram, which I can only hope is him saying Venom 2 will beat Spider-Man at the box office, which is a weird thing to say when you're in two movies by the same company. And I really hope that it's not saying Venom 2 is connected to Spider-Man. That would
I think
suck.
that's probably what it means.
The first or the second?
That they're connected.
I fucking hope not.
I mean, why else? Like, do you really think he's gonna, like, he's posting, like, a mascot? Like, yeah, go Venom.
Maybe. I don't know what Tom Hardy's doing. This is such, like, This would be fucking terrible. I really hope this doesn't happen.
We'll have to wait and see.
Do you think he'll actually eat Spider-Man?
No. Spider-Man can't die. I don't know if you know this.
Like he can't die because he's a fictional character?
No, they can't. He can't die because he makes too much money.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well, Venom eating Spider-Man doesn't necessarily mean that Spider-Man would die. They'd pull some shit.
Yeah.
Not out of the
Oh,
realm of
man.
possibility that Venom eats him.
What if Spider-Man?
What if Venom
ate
kisses
Venom?
him?
What Spider? Ooh, no, Venom only kisses Tom Hardy. Just like Jeremy's
That's
gonna
true.
kiss me.
Do you remember?
That's also true.
Do you remember we got these comics when we saw Venom? I found it in my
I just
room.
threw it out. I cleaned my car the other day, and it was under my seat, and I
That's
just
so funny.
threw it out.
Because I saw it in my room the other day. Do you remember this, Alex?
I remember the comic, but I definitely threw it out as soon as I got it.
I kept it and I read it, and it's just 2 scenes from the movie, and one of them is the scene where Venom and Tom Hardy kiss.
Nice. Oh, I should have kept it then, just to have that.
Did they
on
kiss
print.
in the movie?
They
You don't-
kiss.
Yes, they. So, all right.
Are you guys
Here's the
fucking
thing.
with me?
No, that's when the movie was coming out. I kept seeing people talk about that they kiss, and I was like, that has to be a joke.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even the weirdest thing in the scene is not that they kiss, because Venom gets detached from Tom Hardy, and then to get back into him, she kisses him, but she attaches to Michelle Pfeiffer, who then is the body that Venom uses. And I find it much more weird, not that they kissed, but that everybody ignored that we got Venom tits and ass.
Oh, I did not ignore that,
As
my
if,
friend.
as if we needed
I'm
that.
sure you did.
You explained that scene in the most backwards and convoluted way. Do you remember the scene now, Alex?
I don't think we need to explain this scene multiple times on the podcast.
No, I
though.
think I get the point. I think I remember that the love interest was Venom for a bit. And then Tom Hardy was like, payments due, Chen. And he needed a kiss to get his Venom.
Yep.
I think they just wanted
by
the
the
kiss.
way,
I don't think they needed it.
I hate that payments due, Chen. Every YouTube video that I watch with it decides to play it for me right after, and I hate it.
Payments due, Chen.
And every now and then I'm at work and I'll have like music or like a podcast on like YouTube in the background, and I'll like shift and my headphones will get taken out of the computer right as the thing's ending, and suddenly you hear payments due, Chen, and then my office hates me.
I thought that everybody loved Venom. Why wouldn't they love you for it?
Well, they don't like Spider-Man.
Do you think? Oh, that must not help your reputation then.
Oh, I know.
Do you think? Wait, I like to imagine a scenario where that exact thing happens, because I'm sure it's definitely happened to you before, where your headphones get unplugged at the exact moment he says payments due, Chen. But I like to imagine the scenario where that happens and your whole office is like,
They get up
oh
and cheer.
yeah, finally Oliver likes the movie. We fucking got him, boys. Oliver's watching Venom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
They fucking cheer every time.
And everybody claps.
Everybody claps. Yes.
I love stories that have. I mean, how can you not love like r/that happened?
Oh, it's my
It brings me
favorite.
so much joy.
It's good stuff. It's wild to me that people. I can't get in a headspace where I would think that someone would believe a story that ends in everybody clapped.
Everybody clapped.
That isn't
They
like
carried me off the field, and the principal was so embarrassed.
the only stories I would believe is like I was a musician and I did a performance on stage, and when I was done, everybody clapped because like that's a real scenario.
Yeah, that makes sense. Speeches, performances. That's about it.
Talking to
Well,
the
that's
person
like-
behind you in the grocery line? No.
We fucking got him.
Nobody was listening to you.
He's not going to try to buy Oreos anytime soon, guys.
What's he gonna do? Dunk him in his bath? That was a callback.
Now that's a
Yo.
callback.
Jeremy bathes in milk. That was
Shut
what
up.
he was alluding
That's just
to.
truth.
Shut up.
It's
Really good for your skin.
that's what I was gonna. Well, I mean, when you drink it and it goes in you, it's good for your bones. That's the parts that in you. So If
That's
it's
the
good,
part that's in you.
yes. If it's good for the in you, why can't it be good for the out you?
It probably is. I
Sounds like a
don't
Trump
drink
tweet.
milk because I'm not like a psychopath. And I don't.
You don't
hate
drink milk at
myself.
all? I'm lactose intolerant.
I
I drink milk. What up?
I like drink milk in like cereal and shit. But I've never sat down and said, yeah, no, I just want a glass of milk unless I have like an Oreo cookie.
I famously only
That's
drink
fair.
water. It's part of my brand.
It is famous. Everybody agrees. What do you drink, Alex?
Like in terms of milk?
Like in terms of anything?
No,
Oh.
but what? Yes, in terms of
Yes.
milk.
What do
I
you
would
drink
like,
in terms of milk?
I would like to
first?
know now.
Chocolate milk
Okay.
doesn't count though.
Chocolate milk, first of all, counts. Second of all,
Like as milk or as part of this conversation?
both.
Okay,
It's both
go
a
on.
drink. It's both a beverage and milk.
It's right there in the name. I can't argue with you.
Thank you. I drink lactose-free milk, which is, I thought synthetic milk, but it turns out that they take real cow's milk and just take out the lactose and then put the milk back.
Keep it in like a separate bucket.
What?
Spread them out over 2 buckets.
Did you,
How do you?
what do you think they do with all that lactose?
System of tubes
I
that
don't-
spills.
I think that they, you know
They
how
build a new
orange juice-
cow.
They build a new cow, and then you get. It's an investment, really.
I guess so.
Long term, it is the most cost-effective way to farm milk.
Sorry, atheists.
Checkmate.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna do a bit, but whatever.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. But I
Yeah, but
think
what
my
do you
favorite-
drink?
What do I drink?
What do you
I
drink?
drink water and rosé, and that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Alright.
I like to take milk and put a Pabst Blue Ribbon in it. It's called a milk mosa.
Stop doing that. Also, I didn't realize that PBR stood for Pabst Blue Ribbon until I heard you say it on the last podcast. I was like, a peanut butter, and then I just realized you were drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon right now.
Yes. I really would rather it not become part of my brand that I only drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. It just is the only beer that I have in the fridge right now. It is by no means my favorite beer or even a beer that I would choose at a bar.
I thought it was like a type of beer. I
It's
don't
a
know
Pabst
anything.
Blue Ribbon?
It
Yeah,
is
I
a
don't-
type of beer.
No, but it's like you said it's
It's not
a
a-
brand.
Yeah.
It's like,
But you said
no, it is
PBR
not
as
a
if
type
it's
of
the-
beer.
It's the official bowling alley beer.
But you would always say PBR as if it was like a classification of beer and not a brand of beer.
Well, I guess in a way it is a classification. It's beer that was made by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I mean, when
Not the
I
same.
say I'm drinking a Coke, you know I'm drinking a soda.
yeah. Well, I don't drink beer. So.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
No, Coke is not a classification of soda, though. You can't say I'm drinking a Coke and be drinking a Pepsi.
That's the point.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm
sorry to
saying.
anybody who has to listen to this. I've like had acid reflux through this whole entire show. I'm sure it's gross.
But like cola is like a type of soda. That's a classification of
it's-
soda.
no, cola is just another word for soda.
Is it? I don't fucking know. I don't drink
it's
soda
like
either.
the off-brand of soda.
No,
When
I
you
guess
go
cola is
when you buy
like- 'cause
soda
it's-
from
there's
drinking
Stop and
Pepsi.
Shop.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, but like Fanta, is that Fanta-Cola? I have no
Well, it's
fucking
kind of
clue
like
what
how
I'm talking
some
about.
people call sprinkles Jimmies.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so some people
Yeah.
also call soda cola or
Mm.
pop.
Not what I meant, but yeah. I
But
did.
still- but I know what you mean though. Cola
But you
is
can't
like
blanket say all beer is PBR.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I didn't know. We're spending so much fucking time explaining this.
the world needs to know. The public needs to know.
This is why people watch this show.
We don't need to spend so much time on the fact that I don't know jack shit about alcohol.
That's fair. I just thought it was an interesting topic.
Me too, Jeremy. I don't know why you're censoring us.
because
Fucking beverage hater over here. Go drink water.
we talk about alcohol a lot and I don't know anything about alcohol. Do you
We
remember
don't talk about it. I say as I have gin and tequila behind me. We don't talk about alcohol.
you
a lot.
literally opened the
Gin-
last like 3 shows talking about what alcohol you were drinking.
This is true. But You can't deny this.
You have been talking to me about doing an alcohol show for the past couple weeks.
No, I want to do a cigar show.
I said, no.
Oh, no, I also want to do a toasted show. They're
Classic.
different things.
Toasting? Like the act of toasted?
When I get drunk, it's called being toasted, specifically for me.
Oh. I thought it was like toasting, like...
It's part of my brand, like how Jeremy drinks water.
Yeah. That is a big Jeremy thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember...
Everything else is too spicy for him.
He
Alex,
hates spice.
Do you remember when I visited you at school that one time? And
yes.
One of your friends was talking about another friend. This is not a good story so far, but we're too deep. One of your friends was talking about another friend, and they were like, yeah, they could drink. Cut it. We're cutting this bit. I can't. I don't remember how many shots it was. The point, they could drink a lot of shots, and I had to ask you if that was a lot of shots. That was it.
Oh, great story.
Yo.
Please
sick.
leave that in.
No,
Jeremy's going sicko mode on the
I was
stories.
trying to hammer in that I don't know anything about alcohol.
No,
but I bet Alex doesn't remember.
No, it like doesn't matter because every time we even bring up alcohol, you're like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Like,
no, I
don't think I've ever even said the word alcohol around Jeremy without Jeremy saying, yeah, I don't know.
This is not true. Do I really do that?
A little bit, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm really just thinking
Jeremy,
about the
this
other
is
time
an
we were in
intervention.
trivia.
Oh,
The other time we were in trivia, and like now, I guess. But like,
because I know
it seems
people
that you're like even avoiding like
thinking about alcohol because it will get your thoughts drunk.
Like he just put beer and orange juice together, and you're like, I don't know, I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know the chemical properties. I don't want to know.
Well, on podcasts,
I've never
it's
conducted
different
an experiment
because it's me trying to be like, hey, let's talk about something else so I could be part of the conversation.
You're part of this conversation.
But I try to not be like that because I know this guy who anytime alcohol comes up, he will make a point to tell everybody that he doesn't drink. I think it's so fucking obnoxious. I try very hard not to do that.
I don't think you're that.
I don't find you obnoxious either. I just, it's much better to bag on you on the show. And that's how it goes.
On the show? Because there's a lot of bagging on me in real life as well.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
We're running out of time on this one.
Oh, we are.
Got a remaining 10 minutes. Man, it wants me to upgrade Zoom. But I'll never upgrade Zoom. My boss lets me use his account sometimes.
I'll never upgrade Zoom because I don't use it for anything but this.
I've used it for class, but my teacher also doesn't pay for Zoom, so we just have to like stop mid-class and then continue.
My school provides them with like Zoom accounts, I think.
Well, our school uses a different thing that she could use, but she's just so clueless about computers. She just knows that Zoom is a thing.
You know what I really am agitated by is when people who know nothing about certain technologies decide that is the end all be all.
Of their knowledge in that area.
Not just that, but that Zoom is the solution to everything now because they don't understand what it is.
Yeah, I'm
ridiculous.
So shocked that Skype isn't thriving right now. Or I don't know if it is, but I don't know.
Microsoft is actually planning on phasing Skype out.
Is that true? It's like such a staple in the video chatting.
Because they want Teams and Zoom to be better.
I feel like I feel like it would. I don't know what's holding back Discord because I do think that Discord would be actually very useful for the class setting in a weird way.
It's
you would want to use, first of all, you would want to use things that people are familiar with. And until now, Zoom has only been a business tool.
I guess. But if you want things that people are familiar with, I don't know a single
that's what I'm saying
that has ever used or heard of Zoom.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make sense to use Zoom. It would make more sense to use a Skype or a Discord that hasn't only exclusively been used in the business world and that some young people might have actually used.
But I think that the channel system in Discord, while we're using Zoom, let's completely talk about whatever product is better.
Yeah,
But
Zoom is a sponsor of the God Damnit Hello podcast.
I do think that the channel system or the server system in Discord would be very
sponsor, and Jeremy didn't
useful.
yell at me.
We're not sponsored by anything.
No, we are sponsored by Zoom.
No, we're not. You can't say that.
I can. I just did a couple times.
The only sponsors are the ones in the ad breaks.
So right now, just Anchor.
Just Anchor right now. I think the server system would work really good for a classroom setting, was all I was going to say. Especially having a chat that people can go talk into about the class. It just seems, I don't know, it seems so much better to me than Zoom, especially because Zoom doesn't work for me sometimes. It just doesn't let me into class.
Yeah, I mean, now for my Jeremy moment, where instead of alcohol, when people talk about school, I have to point out that I don't go to school. But you know, for you guys who are like getting towards the end of school, you know, this has got to be really fucking frustrating. Like, especially for anybody graduating.
Define end of school.
Well, if you're graduating per se, which Alex is about to, you know, I gotta imagine this would be like the worst thing that's ever happened. My little brother is finishing high school this year.
I can't imagine.
And like every single time that I see him, he's like, "Yeah, we'll probably be back in May." I'm like, "Buddy, it's not happening. I'm sorry."
No, 2020 is like canceled now.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But it's canceled for everyone.
Chill.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, again, kind of cringe if we're being honest. But no, yeah, the semester was shaping up to be my favorite semester of college. Like, I was going out, I was doing things, I had my shit on lock, like, school-wise, and then the world was like, no, go home.
I was doing super well as well. This was the first semester that I like started to make friends at school for the first time in like a long time. I started to make new friends. And then I was supposed to run this thing for Battle of the Bands at my school. And then it got canceled, and I haven't talked to these friends since school shut down.
Damn. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I really want to go to Disney World or on a trip. And I'm pretty sad about that.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that you're not going to.
I can't. Right. I could go to Georgia. They're going to reopen. So I could
what the fuck?
I could get in my car and drive for 12 hours so I can go to the movies.
I have a friend that's currently in North Carolina, and he's telling me that, like, they're not, like, if you're taking it seriously there, people will, like, the coronavirus, like, the pandemic, that, like, people would be like, oh, you're like, taking that seriously. Oh, okay. And it's like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, we're taking it seriously.
I know quite a few people in Arizona who, up until, like, a couple of weeks ago, were very much the same way. And like, I get, like, calls at work, especially from people who don't live in New York, who's like, so is it really that bad over there?
Yeah, man, we can't go outside. Like,
it sucks because I was one of those people until New York was like, yep, turn off. We're done.
I know. I remember talking to you, and you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's like...
Not that I don't know, just like, you know, I don't know. All the business turned off. That's very depressing.
I just wanted to do Battle of the Bands.
Yeah,
they couldn't have waited another day to shut it all down.
Dude, I gotta tell you, like, I really, really want to go to the movies. Like, more than, or like sit in a restaurant. You know, and part of that is just that my lifestyle is not very much like sit at home. You know, I'm always out. I'm always doing stuff.
I made a joke about it before, but really, as an introvert, it hasn't been that bad for me.
Yeah, I do thoroughly enjoy, like, staying in and whatnot. So it hasn't been terrible,
Well, I would say
but
we've got three spectrums because you have Jeremy, who's all the way on like mostly staying in, and then you're kind of in the middle, and then I'm
I
never
am kind of in
home,
the middle.
and
Yeah.
I got to tell you, like I'm struggling with it.
Mm. What do you find the hardest? Just like not being able to leave your house, or not being able to like be with people, or both?
It's mostly well, because when I had it, it was definitely be with people, and I think I've had a much easier time with the quarantine, ironically, because I had the coronavirus,
Hmm.
and recovered because, not for nothing, but that took up a lot of time in the quarantine where I was just sleeping. And then by the time I was done with that, there was like a good week of just like me enjoying being able to sit in a room and talk to somebody again.
Mm.
And I think for that reason, it's only really just now starting to hit me like how much I'm itching to like go back outside. Cause like during the day I'm working from home, so I'm distracted. And then like 7 o'clock rolls around and I realize I got nothing going on for the day. And it's like the worst feeling.
Yeah, I've been trying to hype myself up for that time though, because I've been like playing video games with people, so that's been like I've been getting to socialize that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like doing this is nice. I've been playing Psych a lot with a lot of my friends just over Zoom. We did Jackbox the one day.
Yeah, trying to do
Yeah.
a lot of that kind of stuff.
And it's like I already have such anxiety about going to the store, period, because I hate being around people like that. So like I don't go out to like go shopping and shit. Like I hate all of it. Especially now I can't go to a store. It's ugh,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, it's scary because I like one thing I keep thinking about is like, can you get corona again if you've already have it? Do you build an immunity or
Well, now they want to take blood and like test all the people who had it, and
yeah,
see if we built antibodies or not. But then a lot of people are saying like, no, you can definitely still get it again, which then, most viruses you can't get twice.
yeah.
So I don't know. And then I like the other thing is, do the rules of donating blood still apply, and can I even donate my blood? Because a couple of those rules I don't fit into, and I can't donate blood. Period.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Tattoos is
Yeah.
the main thing.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, you have to wait a
Um,
year after you get a tattoo before you can donate blood.
and I got my last
oh,
tattoo on the last Friday the
Oliver
13th.
loves
So
inking up.
I do. Look at this. I got this little trident guy.
Whenever Oliver can, he puts more ink on his body.
I love to.
printer ink, squid ink, whatever the fuck.
I just bathe in ink.
Don't leave a pen around this man.
Hmm. I'll grab a snack and head right to my bathtub.
Now that's a callback.
Ooh.
We did it, boys. We wrapped around.
But yeah, I mean, like, I definitely, as far as coronavirus goes, like, I feel bad, like, saying it because it really wasn't a big thing for me. I was able to just get right through it. I was just kind of tired all the time, and I got, like, insanely lucky because then you see other people who are, like, really fucking struggling with it, and it, like, it's killing people. And it's
Like, we all know somebody who was in the hospital about this.
Yeah,
And, like, it was very serious for them.
yeah.
And then there's me. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like I'm I'm not like personally scared for my own safety because I'm young and I don't really have any immunosuppressant pre-existing conditions, but I'm living with my dad now and he's super immunocompromised,
Right.
especially because he has a chronic illness and the medication he takes is like an immune suppressant. So I'm like really scared of accidentally killing my dad. So that
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, see, like I have the same thoughts, like even now about like my mother, who like I don't live with them, but I've had to go over there a couple times just for certain things with my dad and like business, and then if I'm around my mom and say it's still like sticking around, it's like you never know.
Yeah.
I'm worried not directly about anybody in my household, but my mother works for Meals on Wheels. So she interacts with a lot of elderly people who would be extremely at risk. So that
Is she
would
still
be,
doing it now?
Yeah, how you can't stop a
They gotta
service
have
like
food.
that, especially at
Yeah,
a time like this.
no.
You can't stop that.
Yeah, no, you got essential
glad.
workers.
Well,
What a time. Very
good. I mean, I'm very thankful that people like your mom exist.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
She's
Well,
doing
anyway, what a downer note to end this show on. But I think this was a quality show, guys.
sure.
Had some laughs, some tears,
Last we cried a little bit, and
a little calm.
yep, just a little baby drop. I'm gonna have to go.
And sometime in the future,
take it
we'll
off.
really tear into Morbius. I'm sorry it didn't happen that much this time.
Yep, but eventually we will talk about Morbius.
Yeah.
One day.
Alex, thanks for coming on the show. This was
Thanks
very
for having
nice.
me.
I love talking
It
to
was.
you
Yeah.
on all capacities.
Alex has claimed many times that he doesn't listen to the end of our show, so he probably doesn't know how to end the show.
Let's see how Alex likes to end
Alex,
the show
if you could end the show, how would you do it?
I would obviously start with the good night song.
Okay.
And then I would probably end it with like either like a little speech, like a little glimmer of hope, or like a catchphrase.
Nice. Well, we like
Catchphrase.
catchphrase.
I like
Wow.
catchphrase.
What about like good riddance to you?
Good riddance. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, to you.
The podcast just always ends with "Get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Leave out of my face. Get the fuck.
Get the fuck out. Good riddance to you.
Fuck
You
you.
Good riddance to you.
Good riddance to you.
You start with God Damnit, and you end with good riddance. I'm just saying, we have a
So
consistent tone.
it's good riddance